Okay, it says we are live. It says we are live.
Live. So how's my audio?
You sound pretty good. How about
Oh,
me?
good. Because the other stream that I was watching made my ears bleed.
You hater.
Sorry, when your dad taught television, you have a thing for crappy audio. I'm sorry. You just when people are peaking the whole time and sounding like they're talking in a fishbowl, no.
You are such an audio snob. You know that? You're an audiophile. That's what you are.
I am not an audiophile, okay? I used to record straight to my GoPro for a while.
uh,
Well,
Jimmy G in the house. Is that his house?
oh my gosh, more like Jimmy G out in his Wonder Shed making awesome stuff.
Yeah, I got packages to send out in about one day. I get paid let's see here, Thursday. So I'm gonna be shipping a bunch of stuff off.
Everybody throw lots of money at Jimmy so he can afford to ship stuff a day earlier. Woohoo!
No, I got it under control.
I'm just cheating. As it is, you'd have to wait till the end of the month to get paid anyways, right?
No, I get paid every 2 weeks.
Oh, I meant from YouTube.
Oh yeah, that'll be in a week. I should get some of that YouTube revenue, hopefully.
Woo!
I didn't get paid last month, so I should get paid this month.
Well, not enough people watched your stinking hairy lion video.
Nah. You know, the number one video that I'm actually getting paid for right now is actually the blower motor one for my Nissan Sentra. I know, that's my number one video. That's the number one grossing video I have is that one. And it's like $15 a month, I think.
What? That's insane. Well, if anybody is wondering, here's where I'm at stats wise regarding. Well, let me just put it on screen share like a genius so you guys can see. Doesn't have any.
Don't forget that streaming code. Pop that up there too.
No. Okay, so you guys can hopefully see my account page. I've got everything right now. I'm at 3,158. My bad. Watched hours out of 4,000 needed. So I'm getting there. Before it was like 2,000 something. I'm like, I'm never gonna hit that. So doing good on subscribers. Thank you for the boost from your giveaway. That was appreciated. But yeah, I'm getting there. It's gonna take a little while still, but I'm getting there.
Won't be long, you'll be getting that YouTube money. You get that YouTube clout.
Yeah, probably by that time I'll be over at State going, how in the heck am I going to keep my show going?
See, who all do we have in here? We got Wellbot. How you doing? We got TK in the house. Let's see. Handy Outdoor Nerd. How you doing? Just kind of scrolling through, just seeing who all I missed here. We got Rover. How you doing? King Random. Thank you for joining. For joining in. That's cool. And Nancy, how you doing?
You kind of like froze up there for a second on me, so I'm like, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Teresa, how you doing today?
So first question we got in the chat is from, and I'm really sorry if I'm going to totally hack your name up. Humes, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your last name, sorry. He was asking, just want to know, what's your favorite 3D printer and why? Okay. For me, it depends upon material. If you're talking filament or something like this, I would definitely say my Ultimaker 2 because I use that the most. If we're talking resin printing, I don't know, for more detailed stuff like this, you can't see the details, but I promise it's really detailed. Then I'd have to say my P-Poly Moai. What about you, Jimmy?
My favorite printer right now, at least as far as what I've got, I actually have two of them. And one of them is the A30 from G-Tech. The other one is the TiVo Tarantula. Out of the box, the TiVo Tarantula, I think, probably has one of the best print, some of the best print quality to it. Of course, if you had the blower set up to it so it cools better and all that, it's a whole lot better. But right out of the box though, the A30 has been a really good printer.
The A30 is the Giganto one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is insane. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played with any of the machines that he's mentioned, but I do have to say from what I saw with your TiVo video for the price, once you put the few safety upgrades in there and you put a nice cooling setup and whatnot, it's actually a good machine if you're willing to put the effort in. If you're somebody who doesn't have that skills or doesn't feel comfortable, don't get it. But I do have to say, for somebody who's willing to do a little bit of tinkering or knows somebody who can do that, it's a good value for the money, I have to admit.
Well, about says I am the fire starter printing fire starter. Oh yeah, there's a honey.
And for anybody who forgets, eventually Jimmy and I are going to shoot that video about, ways to prevent your printer from catching your house on fire. 10 years from now, we'll eventually film that.
Eventually, I'm gonna blow off one of these fireballs I got around here just for giggles.
So one of these days when I come down and help you do paint the forklift, I'll make sure you bring the propane tank so we can get the stupid thing painted.
I got it primed. I sandblasted and primed it. I just never did. I need to take the valve off of it and get it so I can hook up that line to it, and then we can hook up your fire sprinklers to it.
Oh, then shoot, next time I'm in the area, I'll let you know and we can come to do that.
Yeah.
Then that means I got to start working on the fake printer body so we're going to light on fire.
BV3D says, is Jimmy Shaw and the curly guy? Hello, curly guy.
Hi, my name is Curly Guy, and welcome to the talk show. What's on tonight's menu?
Jimmy G and the Calcaboose. Get a fire blankie. There you go. Oh man.
Wait. There you go. Now I look like a certain talk show personality whose name I will not mention on the stream here. Now I look like him because I've got my microphone right in front of my face. Wait, I need the sunglasses too.
Do you want me to take mine down a little bit? Is that what you're getting at?
By
the way, I am using that USB mic.
Nice. I look the part now, guys.
There you go.
I can barely read the chat through these shade 5s though, so
who are you trying to be? Are you trying to be Howard Stern, or are you trying to be that guy from that what's those guys used to have that talk show for PCs and all that?
Oh, Leo Laporte and Patrick Norton?
No, I don't think it was them. They used to have their own mouse and keyboards, and I forget what the name of that one was. And they're all, one of them was always dressed, had the sunglasses on every time they streamed and all that.
I wouldn't remember.
So who are you trying to be?
I played the 5th. We got Logan in the house. What's up, dude?
Logan's in here? He is.
Yes, he is. Because I'm reading the chat. Through my really dark...
We got 3D royalty in the house here. By the way, I like that video with the 3D printed propellers on your drone. That was cool.
I need to check that one out. I feel bad to anybody whose content I have not viewed. I'm really sorry, but my last week has been consumed with scheduling stuff and dealing with moving. Really fun.
You go to the bathroom. Why don't you just at least play a video while you're on the toilet? Come on.
Because half the time my phone's dead. I kid you not, my phone battery is not what it used to be, and it's really annoying.
You're gonna have to put a charging cord in there.
This week's episode, we're installing an octopus strip in Grandma's old bathroom. Don't watch this episode, Grandma.
Well, bought poo tube.
Pretty much.
Do you like Barnacle? Start doing your poop nap. Yeah, get a charger pack. There you go.
I have that USB battery pack floating around here somewhere. Yeah, Alkish one, because I'm too busy liking all your tweets of your daughter with the low pipe. Yeah, dude, because you started building my camera rig. I'm totally going to be liking all your stuff. Are you kidding me? From both my accounts. So, you know, doubly awesome.
What's up with the 2 accounts? Come on.
Okay, the original one, the CW Crawlers one, I made eons ago. Eons ago, back when I was big into radio controlled rock crawling, and I thought that's where I was going to make all my money, and no, that didn't happen. So then I decided, you know what? I should probably take the closest I could get to make it with Calvin was make it with Cal, because Twitter said my handle was too long. If it was full, make it with Calvin. I'm like, well, that's dumb, but okay, whatever. So I made that account to be my quote official account for the YouTube channel. So that way I wouldn't have that issue in the future where somebody grabs the account name and then like holds on to it and tries to, you know, make money from it. That's the reason why I have 2 accounts. So I'm thinking of changing the handle of my original one to something else, but we'll see. It's just fun to go in there and like double like everybody's stuff and probably just like confuse the heck out of them when I do it.
Key Random says Calvin reaches for TP and gets the lightning up his bum.
Oh, this is horrible.
Too bad you don't have one of those iPhones, so it would be a lightning port.
Ooh.
What do you want to talk about tonight? Do you want to talk about XYZ? Do you want to talk about the other really big winner out there? Oh no.
Okay, well, I'll be honest. I haven't been keeping up much with the XYZ thing because honestly, that's the kind of crap that I'm trying to avoid, like the plague in the community. So yeah, no, we can totally talk about the oh no, which is turning into an oh no again.
Was it ever an oh yes?
Well, like I've always, okay, here's my disclaimer before I say anything else. I am not trying to sound like I am wishing bad on any companies. I truly hope they can deliver the product that they say they would. It's just I'm also highly skeptical.
Because people have spent their hard-earned money for this product. That's the only reason. Because quite honestly, the idea of this doing the 3D printing to me still doesn't make sense. But that's just me.
Yeah, and I'm only saying that though because I do hope that they can deliver, but it will be very frustrating for people if it turns out that it's another peachy or another crowdfunding scam.
You forget you're on my stream. You're not supposed to be saying those kind of cuss words on here. Oh, you said peachy. Oh, sorry. I thought you said a whole nother word. It'd make more sense though.
So Wellbot said, last I looked, the delay was due to getting certification. Yes, in the United States, it is preferable to have what's called UL or underwriter's certification for something. That takes a while, but yeah, he pretty much said the last he checked, they, quote, ran out of money again. And that's what it honestly seems like. This year at Maker Faire, did we see him? Supposedly they were there buried in some corner, but I didn't see them. I mean, what did we estimate a booth cost for Maker Faire? And then last year they had just some massive one. You know, I kind of feel like they blew a lot of their funding money going to shows to try and make more money, where they probably were never going to recoup what they spent for the booth in the first place. I would have been better off just buying ad time online. They
probably could have completed the project had they not bought that great big booth.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it just frustrates me, though, that how many years ago was it they started this whole thing?
about 3 years ago, I believe. By the way, hey Curtis, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I think it's been what, 3 years they've been working on this?
I'm looking it up on their website right now.
Hey Paul, how you doing? Hi Robbie.
It was born supposedly in 2014. That does not mean when their Kickstarter started, though. Okay, wait, I found their Kickstarter. Never mind. It's, well, let's see. They raised $2,321,811 before taxes, fees, and Kickstarter's take back. You know, when did this happen?
Supposed to have a born on date.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. There's 16,180 people that back just the Kickstarter alone. My gosh.
Ouch.
That does not mean, though, that everybody pledged to get a machine, though. Because at the lowest level...
That sounds like Peachy level.
I mean, to get an actual machine, though, you had to pledge... $79 or more to get a machine. So if you didn't pledge that much, you weren't going to get a machine. But, you know, stickers and keychains are easy. You just find any old company in China that'll smash them out over a weekend and you're done. That's easy. Let me try and find the... when did this thing happen? It's driving me nuts. Yeah, whatever. The whole point is this will be fun though. Let me drag you guys over to the comments area. This is going to be good. Screen share. Bear with me. I'm getting a little bit into this, so I'm not going to be reading chat. This is fun. Somebody posted up an hour ago. This company is unraveling. My honest opinion was removed from Start Engine crowdfunding as has been removed for the following reason: posting false, inaccurate, misleading, defamatory, profanity, blah, blah, blah on the site. I guarantee with only 13 grand left and the 20,000 race on Start Engine, no one will ever get this project. And if no can't handle the truth, they shouldn't be in any business situation. Shame on your deceit. Wow. People are just like, grilling them in the chat. This is great. Oh, wow. This is what somebody is estimating. This is interesting. He says, looking at the company accounts and proposal presented here, it seems like we can conclude that they have less than 20 grand in cash reserves. There is possibly a large debt. The initial investment from the Kickstarter has been spent. Oh, wow, big whoop. They still need to actually produce the boards and assemble. I assume that their factory in Shenzhen will not actually do this until they see money. Let's make a guess and say that they are looking at $2 a board. That means 32 grand to fulfill just the units for the backers. The units need to be shipped to backers. Let's assume USPS parcel is $8 and add on possible container costs. We're talking 130 to 150 grand just in shipping. So some extra costs. They failed to earmark at least 200 grand to fulfill backers' pledges. It's clear from reading the timeline of the Kickstarter project that this company has suffered from perfection is the enemy of done. Oh, yes. Much time was lost to perfecting hardware, certification, supply chains, and a slick cloud-based app. I hate those. All very important and often very possible to prioritize the other times in the process. Shipping the pledge to the backers is key. This brings trust and allows you to then produce version 2.0 in good faith. Yes, very good point. So unless they now raise probably 200G, then none of the backers will see anything. It must also be noted that the minimum investment for this new funding is set at $250, which is about 100 more than the average pledge of the original Kickstarter. This company is serious about raising future investment, then I would propose that they come clean and ask all the backers to pay 15 to 20 bucks extra to get their printers, and they can fulfill the pledges and close that chapter. After that, raising funds for the next phase will look like less of a sham, and I'll link you guys to it. But Yeah, things are. Yeah, I don't know. You guys go read the comments and make your own conclusions. But I feel like this person did a little bit of forensic accounting, and what they're saying probably is pretty true. I'm guessing.
Hey, Bill, thank you for joining. Unlikely says, man, this company makes robos sound like saints.
Yeah, which is a good point though. I mean, Robo did deliver a machine, but it didn't work. So what's worse, a machine that doesn't work or no machine at all?
Handy outdoor nerd. So this is like another Tico. That's exactly what this is sounding like.
I mean, I'm not saying that the project. Here's my take on it. If they manage to deliver the machine, it's going to be like Glowforge. They eventually deliver a machine, which is good. They eventually do that, but the problem is it took them so long to do it. Everybody else, people quit, people leave, information gets leaked out, etc., etc. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay, well, 10 other people have done it and they've done it better. So yes, they were the originators of it, but the problem is it took them so long to get it out there. Everybody else figured out what they did wrong and we're good.
TK says, but you don't you need like an iPhone 8 or better to use it? If you have that sort of cash for an iPhone, I would say buy a Photon. LOL. That's exactly right. My point has always been, if you only have one cell phone and it's doing an 8 hour print, how are you going to make your phone calls and receive your phone calls? Kind of the engine for your 3D printer is kind of, it's just, it just made no sense to me to utilize a cell phone like that.
So Alkish1 asks, so do you think the product is actually possible? In theory, yes. Daylight curing resins do exist. Theoretically, it is possible to use a cell phone screen, probably with specially engineered resins. The theory is completely possible. And there's another company, an Asian company, that actually has a functional one that was at Maker Faire, and a couple years ago, Chris from Practical Printing did a video on it. So the technology exists. It can be done. It's just Jimmy and other people have brought up really good points. Like BV3D says, well, here's another thing. What happens when you get one of those emergency alerts in the middle of a print?
Then it's going to be part of your print.
Or the whole print is just screwed.
Well, here's the thing. In order for the resin to work with your cell phone, it's pretty much just got to be light activated, which means as soon as you open up the thing to do anything, that resin's automatically going to start curing, because unless you're going to be opening it up in the dark.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's UV reactive because your cell phone isn't producing that much UV light. Especially if it's an LED or OLED screen, it's not going to, I don't see how it would work unless it's just going to be light activated.
Well, here's the thing. This is a common misconception with the resin that my Moai uses. People seem to think, oh my gosh, if it sees any UV light, it instantly cures. No, there's actually a lot of UV blockers in there that are designed to prevent the surrounding resin from not solidifying when the laser is doing its little dance in the tank, or you wreck a whole tank of resin very quickly. That's why it takes a while in a high UV intensity chamber to cure the print fully. That said, though, you don't want to just leave it sitting out in the sun for a couple of hours, or it will begin to polymerize the resin and cure it. That said, though, the sensitivity of a daylight resin to work with your phone screen would have to be like crazy. It cures like that. Otherwise, I know it could sit there for a while on a layer, but it's like your phone's only going to put out so much intensity. How are you going to be able to clean the prints off before it cures on you?
What about says it has an open vat of resin in my room and it doesn't cure? Well, that's the point. Most resins have to have something that they're designed for to set them off, whether it be UV light, whether it be a laser, whatever it is, it's got to be whatever is doing that.
Or a chemical.
In order for you to have a cell phone take and produce the light needed to cure resin, that's what I'm getting at, is it would have to be an awful easy resin to be set off in order for your cell phone in order to actually do the curing on it.
Yeah, totally. You know, it's like I actually did some research on it because I've installed lights inside my Moai using those LED strip lights, and I wanted to make sure that the LED strip lights were not going to emit enough UV that if it was running there for, you know, let's say I'm doing a 24-hour long print, it's not going to begin to degrade the resin photosensitively, and it won't, which is nice. And I've tested it, but at the same time, you know, that's something to keep in mind.
So have you checked out anything on there about XYZ, what it was they did?
This is just, anything that I say is just based off hearsay that I found on Twitter scrolling by, not exactly
let's just do a search on Google and just see what they say.
Not trying to do anything. So DK says
printing. Let's see, XYZ printing. What should we search for?
Lawsuit.
Fiasco.
Lawsuit.
Patent fiasco. Let's see. Oh yeah, that popped up something. Let's see. Oh, that's for their color printing. That's something to do with bed leveling. And it sounds like it's something that everybody's already using, but they're trying to get a patent on it.
Yeah, I can't really find anything that's current regarding it, but yeah, pretty much what it sounds like is they're trying to patent something about how things sit in the machine. They're trying to patent a process thing. And it should be known, though, that XYZ has a bad history of somewhat frivolous litigation. Like if reviewers talk negatively about their machine, they would threaten them with a slander lawsuit, which is why Joel took forever to come out with his review of it, which wasn't very favorable. He actually went to a lawyer to make sure that the wording of his review could in no way be reasonably construed as, you know, slanderous or anything like that. It was just ridiculous.
Quite honestly, I wouldn't even deal with a company that was going to be like that, period.
Not would I. I honestly, if a company is going to be, I mean, I looked them up in the review and the search thing. They have a 2-star rating with the Better Business Bureau to begin with. That's not very favorable. I leave it at that.
I'll be honest with you. Back when I was very first looking at getting into 3D printing, I was a huge fan of watching Chuck Hillebuck. And at that time, all the printers he had were XYZ Da Vinci printers. And I watched those videos and I fell in love with the machine. I was trying my best to get one and everything. And just about the time I was about ready to buy it is when he started coming out saying that he really had issues with that printer. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, maybe I better wait. And it all kind of fell apart about that time.
Honestly, for the longest time, I wanted to get a MakerBot, thinking that because they were like the most commonly known, and I thought they were decent until I really did some digging. And that was around the time that they were starting to go closed source. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that or not. And then I just axed them completely, which is ironic that I have the Thing-O-Matic, but that's back in their open source days. But the sad thing is, they tried to clear out a lot of the repository files online about this machine, but thankfully people had actually saved it and pretty much like cloned the web pages. Don't know if that's legal or not, so I'm not endorsing what they did if it's illegal. But the knowledge that they saved was like, hallelujah, you know.
Hey, the Creator X, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Awesome. William, how you doing? Man, we got all kinds of people up in here.
Dude, it is lit.
Thank you for joining.
I did it every time you do it on your channel. You get 1 million people, and I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on! You're the one person every time we have it on your channel. That's when Joel will show up or somebody else like that.
I'm teasing. It's all good. No, I'm just messing with you guys because I'm looking at my numbers like I really want to hit 4,000, but I'll get there when I get there. I'm not that worried.
You'll make it.
I'm just messing with you guys. It's been a long week and it's just unwind time, if you will. TK said, for me, the reason I didn't go for an XYZ was the cartridges locking you to their own filament. Yep.
That was my biggest issue too, is I did not like the idea of having a filament that had a chip in it that you had to use their filament. I wanted something that I could use whatever filament I wanted to.
Yeah, honestly, it was that, and the push for cloud-based software really is frustrating as well. Because as we've all known, if we use Fusion 360 and the server goes down, we're stuck.
Yeah.
Glowforge. I'll never forget going to the Glowforge demo with Danielle at Maker Faire. And poor Dan Shapiro's up there with his tail between his legs because they couldn't get a reliable Wi-Fi connection to run their cloud-based software to run the Glowforge. And like half people just walked out at that point on the talk. And I'm like, we're done. We're done. Done.
Really?
Because she wanted to see it in action because I guess somebody that she knows has a Glowforge, because she showed me a really cool thing that somebody had cut out for her sister. I'm like, what does we do that on? That's awesome. So she was looking at it, to check out just to see for projects and stuff. And I was like, why not? I didn't have anything planned on Sunday. I didn't really know of anybody who was there. And I was kind of just like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of poke around today and just do whatever. So that was fun. But, it was still kind of a disappointment, though, because they were going to show off the trace function and all this stuff. And it never happened. And I'm like, oh, that was sad.
Hey, Dan's in here. How you doing, Dan? Man, everybody's in here.
It is lit. So Rover said webarchive.org. Good to know. And PVG says Blender all the way. Okay, if you guys have not seen Joe, the 3D printing professor's pre-birthday live stream that he did, where he's sitting there and doing modeling of his sweet dinos in Blender. Oh, that guy is insane. He's literally live modeling stuff on there showing, yeah, I can like bend the pterodactyl wings like this by moving the slider. And I'm like, dude, you're a genius. You just won't admit it, but you're a genius.
Love you too, Carmelo.
Won't even ask. Won't even ask.
Don't worry, Calvin. I love you too.
Now I'm not feeling my feelings are not hurt anymore. You had me scared there for a second, dude. I was about ready to smash that in button. Like, nope, no, not my man. Jimmy betrayed me after he picked me up in Salinas from the Amtrak train.
I feel so betrayed. Like, oh my God.
Which I still have to extend this dude a huge thank you for picking my poor sorry butt up off the Amtrak train in Salinas from our running late train and dragging my poor butt to Chick-fil-A so I can measure a stupid box to build a Chick-fil-A holder. I owe you one, man.
Hey, you bought dinner. That's all that matters.
I know. Easiest way to bribe Jimmy. I'm on the train. I'm like, you don't have to do it. But if you say yes, I'm paying for dinner. You're like, yep. See you at the Amtrak station.
Chick-fil-A, right?
So for you guys who are wondering, I have to extend a massive, massive thank you to Mr. Carroll Science for donating the Tallman T-Lays Aqua to build this. I need to assemble it. This thing is tight. What I've done over here is I've designed it for 1/8-inch dowel pins to line everything up and help hold it together. So when I assemble it on camera, it'll go together. And then I found an old sauce pack lying around, and it fits just perfectly in there.
Just happen to have a sauce packet.
Mm-hmm. I plead the fifth if when I go to Chick-fil-A, I ask for an extra sauce packet or two and keep them in my car because they come in really handy.
What flavor is it?
Barbecue.
I knew it. Why
Personally,
didn't you get
though,
the Chick-fil-A sauce?
I tried it and it's honestly not my thing.
It's like what, Thousand Island dressing?
Yeah, not really my thing. I grew up on Italian. The good one, Bill's 3D. But hey, at least on Friday, the model train group that I belong to is having a half work session on Friday. So I'm going to race to Chick-fil-A before that, so I can get the components to film putting the nuggets in there and the sauce packets in there and film using it. Because on Tuesday, the time lapse of that comes out, and then on Thursday, on Saturday, I mean, the main video comes out.
So how are we going to get one of those smoke machines so we can have you come out of a room just full of smoke?
I'm probably just
carrying
gonna
the nugs holder. you.
I'm honestly going to probably go to Safeway and just buy some dry ice.
Dry ice and hot water.
It's the next best thing. At least it won't make the room oily. It won't make it smell, all that stuff. So, Unlikely Creative says, how to pick up girls. Give them Chick-fil-A nugs. Dude, are you about as addicted as my anonymous friend who is like literally when I was out visiting,
TK,
had
yes, there we go. Find 4 people using vapes. There we go.
Okay, I do actually have some glycerin around here somewhere that I could probably heat up, but I really don't feel like doing that. I think that's a little bit of a safety issue. Either at Molly Stone's or Safeway, I know they sell dry ice. You just have to ask them for it.
Do they have it up there?
Yeah, most all supermarkets sell it. You just have to ask them and show ID to prove you're over 18, and that's all they care.
What's funny is down here, it's hard to find dry ice here in Salinas. You have to either go to the welding shop to get it, or at one time, I think it was Albertsons carried it. But Safeway, they don't have it. Walmart used to, but they even took it out at our local Walmart. But you go up toward Gilroy and further up north, almost every place you go to, you can get dry ice.
Oh my gosh.
Forget about it. Glycerin.
There is actually 2 dedicated companies that when you look up dry ice in San Francisco, 2 dedicated companies that specialize in probably bulk delivery of that come up. But yeah, I'm probably just going to roll to the local Safeway or Molly Stones and be like, I need some dry ice, and I live right up the block. But we'll see what I can do. In the worst case scenario, if it turns into a disaster to try and get it, I'll just use the glycerin method, but I really don't want to.
Are you on your video going to put down the hashtag NugLife?
You know, I'm going to totally like take that cover photo and go into Paint and use Comic Sans text and be all like Nugs for life and these nugs and more nugs and nugs rule and things. Yeah, it's gonna
all
be
the nugs.
It's gonna be all kinds of just cringe-worthy horribleness. Oh man, it's gonna be so bad.
That is.
Oh well. I'll figure out the fog. If I will be honest though, if doing the fog machine is just doing the fog is just going to turn into like a complete and utter safety issue or just a complete and utter logistical disaster, I might have to hold off on it. But I'm still going to do the video where I'm showing assembling it and all that stuff. So,
hey, Kat, how you doing?
What's up,
man? It's early in the morning there, isn't it?
I don't want to know.
Probably like 3, 4,
something like that. Daniel Naray is still dreaming up great OpenRC projects right now. These days, we got to get him back in here again.
I think in order to do that, we're going to have a late stream in order to get him in here.
I don't care. Anything to get the awesomeness that is Daniel Naray in here.
TK says it's 4:40 a.m. where he's at. Man.
He's somewhere over in Blighty, I think. It's only 5:40 where Cat is, so that's actually not so bad.
Yes, it is.
At least it's not like 2:30. That would be crazy. North Wales. Did I tell you that my parents' old hairdresser was Welsh? I think it was.
I thought she did the poofy on you.
Yeah, that was like years and years and years ago.
Little history over here. Little.
I seriously need to like just one of these days do like the Rob Ross big old afro and just come on stream and just be like, what's up?
Okay, so there was a challenge put out to you on social media today that if you shave your head, that Joe, the 3D maker noob, will wear a pink wig.
That's just disturbing, dude.
Now, come on, this has got to. We need to talk with him and find out how short would be considered shaved. Is he talking about razor against skin, so it's like nothing, or buzz cut?
Oh, this is going downhill. I'll just put a ball cap on.
What you have to do is come out with one of those skin cap looking things. I know he'll never do it. He's too much in love with his poofy.
I think I might lose some of my multiple female friends if I did that. They'd never forgive me.
It grows back.
Just shave half. Oh gosh, be like that dude in the mugshot. Like half his afro got shaved off, and then the cops arrested him. So his photo's like half afro, half bald.
Could you imagine having an afro head mohawk? Just have all your curly hair right down the center.
Okay, I tried to actually do that at my friend's birthday party out in Florida, and my hair was so long we couldn't get it to do it. So we even tried to like put my hair up in like one of the party hats. It didn't work. It was an absolute hilarity disaster. Like, yes, we've got to try and do this. My friend's mom walks in
up in a man bun someday.
Not gonna. If that happened once, it was.
Am I the only one that groans every time I hear the word man bun?
You're not alone.
If BV3D do a man bun. It's like, ugh.
There are many things I will do before I do a stinking man bun.
Star hair like Rick Sanchez. There you go. Dude, I will disown you if you do it. Don't you dare. Don't you
I'm
dare.
not.
I will smash the stop broadcast button.
Okay, Alkish, yeah, that's just messed up when your 6th grade students come in with man buns. I'm sorry. If you're 18 or older, you can do a man bun. Under that age,
you cannot do a man bun. There's no such thing. Man bun does not go together, okay? That's two words that don't belong together.
Teresa says I should go with pigtails. I'm liking this idea a little bit better. They come dressed up like a Little Red Riding Hood next week for my stream. Get some hair ties off my mom.
Oh, man.
Mr. Carroll Science says, Calvin is a hippie. Live the simple life. Fro for life. Yes, dude. I am probably secretly a non-drug addicted hippie, and it's great. Yes, I know. I'm having fun at irritating Jimmy with the words bun man, but I totally agree with you guys. It is about the most disgusting thing I've ever seen perpetrated by society. It just is like, no, we don't do that.
BB3D man bun is already two words that are way too close together.
But man with a bun could mean that he has like a sticky bun, but it's not in his hair, so you know.
No, Jimmy does not need a man bun. Jimmy needs a haircut.
Jimmy
I told my wife tonight, I says, I think I need to go get a haircut probably tomorrow.
And Jimmy's gonna pull out his phone and open up the Supercuts app and find the closest store and book an opening live on the show.
No, it's not Supercuts. It will be. Let's see. I got my apps here. Where's it at? Where's it at? It's going to be Great Clips.
Sorry.
Right there. It's going to be Grape Clips right there.
Jimmy does have a leather jacket. He could pull that off, actually.
I actually do. I have several leather jackets, by the way. I love leather jackets.
Ooh, I have several leather jackets. Woo!
You want one?
I'm good.
With your long hair, leather jacket, and sunglasses, you'd totally get stopped.
Is this a test or something?
They'd be like, okay, this guy thinks he's from the Matrix or something.
No, I am not Neo.
Oh, goodness. Ban the man bun, Jimmy. Oh, goodness.
Oh, gosh. For anybody who's wondering, this is pretty much how we normally act both on and off camera.
What a lot of people don't know is we actually started talking, what, about 20 minutes before the live stream?
We had to
And what's funny is whenever we end the live stream, we'll probably go for another 20 minutes.
At least until the first person goes, okay, I'm really falling asleep here. I should probably go now.
Yeah, before the live stream, while we were just talking, I was over here messaging with Curtis to ask him how he's doing.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, Jimmy, you're like totally on your phone the whole time. You're like totally ignoring me. How rude.
Mr. Carol Science, hashtag Harry Calvin.
Honestly, it's how I get recognized anymore. It's almost terrifying. It's like my signature.
No, it's not. Just get a haircut, man. Come on. So is your hair naturally curly or do you curl it?
Dude, I do absolutely nothing to my hair. Don't dye it. Don't curl it. This is just my natural hair.
Do you wash it at least?
Yes, I wash my hair at least. Okay, I'm not that much of a dirty hippie. Yes, Wobot, I'm working on that. When I find the time in my crazy schedule, I will definitely send you pictures of my ugly mug, and then you can totally make Harry Calvin and make the disturbing Calvin train that I think keeps Danielle up at night. She thinks it's like the most horrible and wrong thing ever.
Teresa, it's a natural white boy afro.
I won't say what I normally say on stream because I don't want to be labeled as racist, but yeah, okay, I'll take that.
You totally want to be Snoop Dogg. Ain't nothing racist about you.
I mean, I don't
check him out on Twitter. Everything that he does has usually got Snoop Dogg in it. Snoop Dogg, all the memes.
Snoop Dogg, or lately I've been doing a lot of Tim Gunn again because he's really funny.
Who's that?
Dude from Project Runway.
What's that?
It's a fashion show thing. The funny thing is,
so you watch fashion shows?
Sometimes I would watch it when I'd be
finding out all kinds of secrets here that he's like letting out of the bag. Okay, so you're into the fashion, huh? You have dreams of walking down the runway, walking down the catwalk, singing "I'm too sexy for my shirt."
Oh, this is horrible. No, it's what happens when you have a friend who's in the fashion program. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I'm not that kind of fashion person. This is a hot mess of a stream. Oh my gosh. God, it's happening on your channel, not mine.
Fro. Too sexy for my fro.
Can't touch this.
That's funny. The hair would kill the runaway.
Oh my gosh. Horrible.
Oh goodness. So how's your week been treating you?
Oh, okay. It's been crazy. If you guys really want to know how crazy it's been, I won't go into all the details of it, but let's just say it's been like nonstop people coming on over. The other day, we had some professional art movers come over on behalf of a museum to pick up some items. Then had some other people come on over, and then my mom's like, "Oh, on this date, this person's coming on over because of this," and I'm just like, "Oh, yay! Oh well, you know."
Mr. Carroll says, this is what you get when you don't set a topic. Harry Calvin, Hooney Jimmy. Me so Hooney. By the way, Hooney never did hit me back on Twitter. I'm hurt. I'm just
Poor Jimmy is seriously very upset right now, guys. So if you can send him a virtual hug, he would very much appreciate it. This EV3D, the non-eBay package. I kid you not. There's some random lady walking her dog down the street in the crate sitting in our driveway as they're working on packaging up the light that's sent it, the hanging light. And she's like, "What the heck is in that box?" Thinking it's like getting delivered or something. I'm like, "Oh, it's a light." That's crazy. And just like walks off, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, really? Now we're becoming like the neighborhood attraction or something." Everybody come see what's in the crate. I do have to hand to these mover people. It was interesting the way that they took the light, which hung from the ceiling from a hook. Jimmy knows what I'm talking about. The one in the living room, the one that hung from the ceiling. And it was crazy because they actually made it hang in the box. Then they put packing foam on the bottom, and then they hot glued packing foam to 2x4s that went in the box to block it on all sides. So the thing couldn't go up and down, left or right, or side by side. And I'm like, y'all geniuses. I wouldn't think to do that. I joked to them. I would just dump a bunch of packing peanuts in there and say we're good.
Exactly.
But no, it was impressive because the stuff has to go from the Bay Area all the way to New York. So it's probably going to get, they told me it's probably actually going to get airshipped out there, which is impressive.
Really?
Yeah.
That's going to cost.
Museum's paying for it, so I don't care.
You don't talk like it's no big deal. The museum's paying for it. I don't care. Whatever. I'll do whatever I want.
Hey, if they want it, they got it out of here. That was the rule of thumb. We've already had another museum pick up some other stuff. They drove out from Sacramento in a little Isuzu truck and picked it up. That was fun.
Hey, Scoot, how you doing?
Yeah, it's just money. Yeah, well, if you're a museum and you charge like 30 or 40 bucks a head to get in there, what's money? Unless it's like a free one. See how much they charge for admission. This is going to be fun.
Carmelo's saying, so what interesting prints have you guys seen recently that made you guys go, damn, that's cool? What have you seen, Calvin?
Honestly, that's a hard question. I haven't really been staring at stuff going, woo, recently, but
Travis's bow tie. That thing came out looking sweet.
That was cool. I know it's
everything that Carmelo does is always cool.
Okay, I know it seems kind of trivial, but Alkish, he's going to be going to the, I think it's the ocean this weekend or something. So I sent him the files to make the miniature version of my camera rig. So he printed that up, and it was so cute because his daughter was like playing with it. I'm like, oh man, you got a mini filmmaker in the house, dude. That was awesome.
What?
Alker says, that's what I should do. Make an email and call myself Melvin and say I'm the owner of Make It With Calvin. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, you're going to be in Florida. Oh, they got some clear water out there compared to the murky crap we have in California. Unless you go off like Catalina Island, which is about 2 hours boat trip off of the coast, our water is murky crap. You see it twice a week in my show intro. It's just like murky garbage. Stick your arms out this far and you can't see what's in front of you, and you're like, woo!
Carmel says, yeah, Jimmy, say that one more time. How cool are my prints? Hey, his prints are cool, man.
They are.
They are cool. They're
So,
the best.
Alcas, I have to ask, which part of Florida are you in? My friends are in the, I'm not going to give their exact location, but they're in the Pensacola area, which is why I fly into PNS if I'm going to go visit them. Which is nice because it's not far from anything cool.
By the way, Carmelo, a while back, I on Twitter, I showed a picture of a rock, and you were talking about putting it in, I forget what it was. If it was going to be like a resin or something like that. I was going to ask you, how do you do that? Robot says, my bloody prints I can't show.
And next time I go out there, I might make it a longer trip and see if I can't travel out to where some of you guys are at, because there's a lot of cool stuff that I just didn't get to do because it was a ridiculously short trip the last time I was out there. It was pretty much like I felt like I landed, I got my rental car, said hi to my friends, jumped back at the airport, and flew home. But oh well.
TKS, because your dragon is awesome. That's why.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I think it's epic. I think like there's like Joe's Dino models and there's like TK's Dragon models, and they're like competing with each other. That would be a fun mashup, actually. TK's Dragon models versus Joe's Dino models in like a pretend duel. That would be cool.
Carmelo says, put a rock in resin. All you need is a mold and resin, and boom. I should make a vid. Yes, please. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Show us how to make all the things like that. That'd be sweet. Theresa says, what are you printing that you can't show? Yeah, I wouldn't ask that question.
Oh gosh, there's so many things that I've made that I cannot talk about because of NDAs that I'm not gonna go into. My one bit of advice though, Alkish, is make sure that, I don't know if your camera came with a
trophy that doesn't look like a trophy. Yeah. The word flaccid comes to mind, but that
okay, bad timing, me walking out. That was not intentional. I promise that was not. I was just gonna say to Alkish, make sure that you have some way to connect your camera to your rig. Make sure you have some kind of neck strap or wrist strap so you don't accidentally lose the thing in the ocean, because that would not be fun. Speaking from experience on that one, being that I'm the guy that lost the camera in the ocean, just saying. Oh, you guys are killing me here. After 9 o'clock, the stream takes a totally different turn.
I know, it does. And that's the story of how Jimmy got demonetized. Wouldn't be the first time.
I've come to realize that unless you do Logan Paul level crap, you're probably okay.
I do have to say, here lately, they haven't been demonetizing my videos like they were doing. They were demonetizing everything. And here lately, they have not. Of course, this stream, I imagine, will be.
Hey, being I don't have to deal with any of that right now, you know.
Unless they didn't catch what I called Peachy back at the beginning.
DK said one day that camera will turn up. Wonder if the video on the memory card would get uploaded to YouTube. Honestly, here's my thoughts. I don't want to sound like I'm predicting that I'm going to be some like billion subscriber person or anything, but part of me wonders if by the time that camera gets found, me and Danielle, who are both in the footage, will be so like known for whatever reason that somebody will go, "Oh, that belongs to Naked with Calvin," and it'll somehow find its way back to me. But the one thing I will say that I need to do when I go ocean filming is actually put a text file, generic text file that can be opened up by any, you know, any program, or put a couple copies of it saying, like, the title of it is "If Found, Please Open," and have my contact information in there. So that way, if the camera ever gets found, gets lost and gets found, somebody can, you know, get the camera back, get in touch with me to get the camera back to me.
Hey, a skewed 3D is taking off. Have a good night. Thank you for joining.
A good one, dude. So Mr. Carroll Science said, did you see that story where they found a GoPro and found the owners after like 4 years? Yeah. Honestly, that's pretty common. A really interesting story happened back in the Boston marathons where they tragically had the bomb go off. There was a reporter who was just independently running the marathon because that's what she likes to do. And she wasn't able to complete the marathon, but she was filming herself at various points. She wasn't doing it competitively. She was just more doing it for fun. She was filming herself in the marathon with her GoPro. Well, in the craziness that ensued after the bomb went off, they obviously had to stop the race and evacuate the area and all that stuff. She somehow lost her GoPro. Well, a random stranger found it on the street, took it home with him, plugged the SD card in trying to see if he could find anything, saw her bib number, looked her bib number up on the race thing, because you can see everybody's stats for what they did, or got in contact with the race people or something, threw her bib number, got in contact with her, and then mailed her GoPro back. And I'm just like, that is awesome. That something as simple as her bib number that he saw on the thing was all it took for him to find who she was to get her camera back.
That's
you know,
awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, recently GoPro, somebody found a GoPro and said, hey, found a lost GoPro that still works. This is like an image showing like two people in like a screenshot. What's the, who are the owners of this? So GoPro retweeted it, and I retweeted it thinking you never know who you'll find.
Well, but people can be great sometimes.
A friend of mine, when I was out in Florida, likes to watch a couple of YouTube channels where there's these various people who go dive, like snorkeling and scuba diving in areas where they know people lose a lot of things. And the cool thing is, if they find the item, they'll try and get it back to the original owner if they can. So the cool thing is, the guy found somebody's cell phone in like a waterproof bag that got lost like a year ago. The phone actually had a SIM card in it. So he was actually able to take the SIM card out, and from that find and plug the SIM card into his phone, find the guy's phone number through that, called the guy up, who turned out to be a manager at like a Chipotle or something, calls the guy up, and the guy was just like completely blown away that he had found his old phone with all of his stuff in it and got in contact with him. He's like, what can I give you for it? He goes, nah, I don't have to give me anything. He goes, well, I gotta give you something. He goes, how about a free lunch? The guy goes, okay, I'll take it. And the guy was just blown away at the guy found his phone. It survived for that long. And he even got to show the video of when he went like jumping off a waterfall, and then his phone just went, like filmed its own demise into the bottom of the pool of the water. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. So yeah, you never know. It's just a matter of time before it washes up on a beach somewhere or somebody finds it.
Carmel says, don't believe half of those. I think it's just made up stories. That I kind of feel the same way about some of them.
Some of them I do, but I have seen stuff where I would say it's a genuine story that somebody did find it. So I'm not, I know a lot of people will fake that stuff, but I do genuinely believe there is a fair number of people who have lost items that have been found again through social media. So, and usually I'll yell at the beginning of the video for ocean filming on this episode of Maybe with Calvin. So if anything, somebody will find that and hopefully look it up on YouTube or on Google, and then, you know, that whole thing.
They'll do a Google search for Poofy Poofy guy and it'll come up.
You're giving me ideas for my Twitter.
Poofy Poofy guy?
No comment.
Oh no. Created a monster.
You can't stop me.
Well, it's 9:06. You want to call it?
Sure, why not?
Hey, Kat, have a good night. Or good morning.
Okay. Well, it's good night over here. Good morning over there.
She's trying to. What she's trying not to say is she was on their way to the bathroom and she saw that we were live. So.
Oh, you're bad.
Yeah, I'm echoing because Calvin's got me turned up too high.
Sorry.
You turned up the volume, didn't you?
No, I didn't actually.
I hear it.
Sometimes you feedback on my end.
How about now?
Now you're not feedback.
Huh, that's weird. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and call it. It has been really, really fun. Need to get in here and kind of just have some fun.
Oh yeah, you guys are awesome. And seriously, without you guys coming in here in the chat and dropping good ideas and just being in general really hilarious people and giving us good ideas, we would not be where we are today. And I seriously cannot thank you guys enough. Without you guys, nobody's YouTube channel would be what it would be. But the fact that you guys come back every week diligently to watch this hot mess of a stream every week means a lot. Seriously.
They hear us rag on each other. And
in conclusion, I'm not trying to say this to get pity from anybody or anything, but the reality is I don't get out very much anymore. Pretty much my life consists of packing up what remains of my personal stuff to eventually get moved out of here. And I just don't get out very much to hang out with people. So this is kind of like my hangout time. And this, I actually look forward to doing this every week. And it's always hard when I just cannot stream, more from a social interaction side. So you guys seriously don't know how much it means every week to do this. And thanks again to Jimmy for putting up with all the madness.
It's all my pleasure. I'll be honest with you.
It's what makes it fun.
We need to talk. The price either it won't be maybe this weekend. Well, it probably won't be this weekend, but probably within the next week or so, we need to get together.
Well, next week is pretty much going to be insanity with I won't be free for about 2 weeks because this weekend my mom flies in, and then we got a whole bunch of people coming on over to deal with stuff, and then we're throwing things in a U-Haul. So unless you want to come over on Thursday morning and help us load a U-Haul.
No, I know where I'll be on Thursday morning. I'll be moving tires.
I will make sure to roll down my window from the U-Haul and scream really loud, "You suck!"
And by the way, quick shout out, Racco Printing. After wearing a pink shirt all week, I needed to wear a man's color for a little bit. I know.
I don't blame you.
Guys, thank you very much for joining. You guys have a good night. Thank you very much. And we will see you next week over on his channel.
See you guys later.